Hey Facebook Live, what's happening? So, I am currently sitting in my backyard here in Queensland, beautiful Queensland, Australia, and the sun has just broken through again. And yes, I am doing this training in my bikini because it is about 33 degrees here currently. And the funny thing is, I actually said, I literally said, you know what, I want to be able to work in my bikini, so I fucking am, because I feel like it. So, so look, I want to do, this is basically a free training that I'm running right now, because this is what went down yesterday morning, right? Yesterday I was, I was going through, I was looking at, you know, what I actually want in 2017, and I was kind of thinking about, okay, and I was journaling around it, and I was setting my goals, and I was asking myself, you know, what do I really want? What is my big vision for 2017? What do I want to achieve? What does that look like for me? And so I started, hey Ezra, hey, and I can see a lot of you guys on, say hey if you're jumping on. And, you know, I was just kind of going through, and then I was thinking, wow, you know, what is it this year that has made me, you know, what is it that has gotten me to a place where I've actually been able to achieve so many incredible things, right? Like this year, just off the top of my head, just as an example, you know, I've successfully launched a membership site. I have come so far as in terms of my confidence and my self-development. I've launched a book. I've successfully built up my network marketing business from absolute scratch. I've traveled to Bali, Australia. I've moved twice. I've moved here to Australia. So like there are so many things. And you know, I was thinking about, wow, that's a huge difference, because last year, right, the year before this year, I was someone who, like, I would write out a goal. I'd be like, oh, you know, this is something that this is what I want. And when it would come to that time to actually take action in achieving that goal or getting to that place, I'd be like, nah, you know, I don't feel like it, or or I just can't be bothered, or I'll do it tomorrow, right? Or basically, I can't be fucked right now, right? And it would be procrastination nation. Like, I would be doing anything I possibly could to procrastinate, right? Hence, I was not achieving any goal that I set out. And to be honest, eventually I kind of got to this point where I just kind of gave up, and I was like, well, fuck it, you know, what's the point of even setting goals if I'm never going to achieve them, because it just makes me feel disappointed, right? So this year there's been a massive shift, and I've actually gotten to the point where I have been achieving all the goals that I want to achieve. And it's not like every single thing like happens like perfectly on the date that I set it, or, you know, in the way that I set out for it to happen, but I have been able to achieve some pretty incredible shit this year in a very short amount of time. So I was thinking, it's like, okay, so what has been the difference, right? And so I really want to share with you guys some of the reasons why I believe like people are not achieving their goals, and what do you actually need to do to start achieving your goals. Okay, so I think the first thing is to actually get really clear on what you want. Okay, what you truly want. Because a lot of us will say, I want this or I want that, and it's just like, it's a cool idea. Or we say that we want it because, hey Darren, hey, awesome to have you on. We say that we want it because, you know, we feel like it's what we should do, right? It's what other people are doing, you know, or it's just a kind of cool idea. But deep down inside, we don't actually want it. It's not what we truly desire. And therefore, when times get tough, or when we feel tired, or we feel like we can't be fucked doing it, we're not going to do it. We're going to give in to that because we don't have a strong enough driver. It's not what we really, really, truly want. So we've got to get clear on that. And I think a good example of this is, I remember when I was working in my first year of working as an English language teacher. And at the time I was really happy because, my family and my friends around me at the time were proud because it was the first proper job that I had. It was a career, and, I had the potential to advance in my career. And so that's what I thought I wanted. Okay, that's what I thought I wanted. And when this promotion came up, for some new role, I went for it, and I was like, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna go after, and I'm gonna get this, right? And basically what happened is I kind of fucked up the interview. Like, it was okay, but I just was so incredibly nervous. And to cut a long story short, one of my good friends ended up getting the role and not me. At the time, I was devastated. Okay, I was like, shit, this really sucks, right? And you take it personally, and you go into the self-doubt and blah, blah, blah. But then, a couple months later, I actually chatted to my friend, and she had all this extra work to do, but she wasn't getting paid anymore, right? And the role that I had was actually awesome, and I was looking back, and I thought to myself, thank God I didn't get that role, because I'm actually way, way happier with where I am now. And that's not what I actually wanted, right? So just type through a yes or type through, give me some love if you have had this experience before, where it's like you think you really want something, and then it doesn't happen for you. And at the time you feel kind of devastated, you feel a bit shit. But then a couple months later, or even a year later, you look back and you're like, that's not what I actually wanted, and I'm actually so happy that didn't manifest, that didn't happen, because it's not what I wanted. So I think that is the starting point, right? When we're making goals, we're setting goals for ourselves, we're looking at what outcomes we want, we need to make sure that it's what we truly, truly want, right? And a really simple way to know if it's what you actually want is just ask yourself, how would it feel to achieve this goal, right? How would it feel? How does it feel right now thinking about achieving that goal? And if you get that really good feeling, that feeling you just get in your gut where it's like, yeah, that feels good, and you just know that it's the right thing, then chances are it is, and the chances are it's in alignment with you. So we've got to get super, super clear on what we want. Hey Ramesh, hey Joshua. Alright, second thing is we've got to get into alignment with what it is we say we want, right? So what do I mean by that? Okay, so let's say that you're like, okay, 2017, I'm gonna rock this shit out. I am gonna smash my finances. Like, I'm gonna totally raise the roof in terms of my income 2017. Alright, so let's say, I don't know, you're like, alright, I want $20,000 to be earning $20,000 by, June 2017, or whatever it is. Okay, because you got to get specific on what it is you want. Then chances are there's going to be stuff that comes up for you, showing up as resistance. And what the biggest thing that's going to hold you back, one of the biggest things, is not believing that you deserve that. Okay, so this is just one example. There's a lot of different things that will stop you from getting to where you want to be. But thank you so much for the love hearts. But one of the biggest things is you don't actually believe that that's what you deserve. And in life, we only get what we believe we deserve on an unconscious level, period. Like, simple. So if you're like, okay, you've gotten clear on what your goal is, you're like, oh, that would feel amazing, and you know, you've even figured out how you're gonna get there, like you've got everything figured out, you're like, you're meditating on it, you're doing your mindset work around it. Ultimately, if you don't believe that you deserve to be earning $20,000 a month, you're never going to manifest that. It's never going to be your reality. Okay? And this is just one example. So that's just an example of your belief not being in alignment with your goal and what it is you truly want. Okay? They're out of whack. So if deep down your soul is saying, yes, this is the income that I want to receive, but then unconsciously you have beliefs around, well, I don't deserve that, I'm not worthy of that, then you're gonna find ways to sabotage that goal. Or maybe you'll start earning the 20K a month, but then you're gonna find ways to fuck it up. You'll blow it all. Something will happen. You'll attract some massive debt, like some massive bill, like I don't know. It's crazy what can show up, you know, in accordance to what your unconscious beliefs are. I'm feeling amazing, visualizing doing my first international speaking gig in the UK. I believe I deserve it. Yes, that's fucking awesome. That's so super cool, Darren. Really, really cool. And I'm so excited to see that as well. Darren is international speaker, going to speak in the UK. That's really cool. One of Luke Scott's mentees. That's super awesome. Alright, so the second thing is, or the third thing, I lose track, I lose count, is we've got to actually lock in, we've got to lock in these goals unconsciously. Hey Rhiannon. So I'm going to give you an example of this. So one way that, okay, let's say consciously, you're walking around, you're like, yeah, like it feels so good to be earning $20,000 a month. Like I feel awesome. I'm rocking it out. You're doing all the work around it, but once again, you've got to actually lock this in on an unconscious level, like to the point where you know it's done, where it's like your unconscious is like, yes, this is who I am. I am a person who earns 20K a month. Now, one way to do this, you know, I go through there's like a really cool process that I go through. It's like a guided list of questions, but I'm going to save that for my people that do my programs. So one thing you can do is you've got to repeat this stuff to yourself every single day. So let's say that you've got your goal of, okay, I want to earn the 20K a month. You have got to start like seeing this everywhere. Okay, so I would literally have this on your phone, right? When you lock your phone, when you check your phone, every time you see your phone, it's like, I'm so happy and grateful to be earning $20,000 a month, right? I would put up lists I would put it on my wall. I would put it on my kitchen fridge, like to the point where people around you are like, have you gone crazy? And you'll be like, yes, in a good way. Right? If you want to live an extraordinary life, you can't be doing the things that ordinary people are doing, right? Don't worry about what other people are thinking. What's more important, what those other people are thinking, or that 20K a month in the bank? Hey Anna, awesome to have you on. Awesome to have you on. Hey. So have it everywhere, so that unconsciously, like even unconsciously, your brain is literally absorbing this shit. Like, I earn $20,000 a month. I earn $20,000 a month, like period. That's it. And you soak it up and you soak it up and you see it every single day, and it becomes a part of you, right? Pete, how are you? My Uncle Pete's on. Awesome. All right. So, and this is another thing. So, kind of bringing this to an end is like how to actually stay motivated. Well, this is what people say. They're like, how do I stay motivated? It's like, no. Motivation, that's what gets you started. It's not what keeps you going, right? What keeps you going there's a lot of things. But at the end of the day, it's some fucking self-discipline, right? So I literally, right, if I have some goals, as I kind of mentioned before, I will have them on my bedroom wall, or I will have them somewhere where I see them every single day, right? So with the example of the 20K, it's like, okay, boom. By this date, I have this amount of money in my bank account, right? And I see that every single day. So for example, one of my goals was, you know, by this date, I can't remember what it was, I think it was 20th December, which was yesterday, I have 50 people in my membership site. And here's the thing. There are so many days where you're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel like, you don't feel like, it's like, man, I really can't be bothered doing this today. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel hungry. I don't know. Your children are being crazy. You're stressed about money, like whatever it is. But you have got to see that goal. Yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? We're human. Shit goes down all the time. But you've got to see that goal. And, you know, going through the processes of what we've previously been talking about, locking it into your unconscious, right? Repeating it to yourself every day. Feeling what that means to you to achieve that goal. What does your life now look like having achieved that goal? What does that feel like? Right? Thinking about all of that and seeing that goal with that date in front of you every single day, that is what's going to make you push through. That is what's going to drive you. Okay, you just got to keep going. It doesn't matter like if you don't feel like it or if you feel tired. That doesn't matter. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, definitely. And I was listening to something really cool by a speaker, the speaker guy, and he was, you know, this is a guy who I think in his biggest week, you know, he runs like workshops, speaking workshops every single weekend, like 2 or 3 days, and every single weekend he does 6 figures, right? His workshops does 6 figures, and I think he said, no, he did say his biggest weekend, he did 120K US, right, in one weekend. Now, he's been doing this, I think it was 1.5 years or 2 years, and he was talking about when he first started. And, you know, when he first started, he was talking about, you know, he would just go to these events, right? He would go to these events, and he would just say, like, find the person in charge and be like, hey, you know, my name's, you know, Eric Ho, whatever, can I just speak for like 10 minutes? And the person will be like, you know, who are you? No, I don't really. And he's like, please, just 10 minutes, like 5 minutes, let me just share something, right? And he would have a friend there who would take photos of him. And I think he would go and do this in other countries as well. So the friend would take a photo of him, and then he would literally go and put this on social media, a picture of him on a stage in front of all of these people. And then he would be able to say, you know, I think he even put some on his website. He would say, you know, now, boom, this is me. I'm an international speaker, right? And it was funny because he was talking about, yeah, maybe he only spoke for 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, maybe everyone in the room was like, fuck, who is this guy? Like, what? This is fucking boring, or this is fucking shit, right? But it doesn't matter. It's because then people would start going on his Facebook and be like, oh, holy shit, who is this guy, you know? Eric Ho, international speaker. Look, he's got photos of himself speaking on stage. So I thought that was really funny. And then another thing that he did was he, on his website, you know, he was just starting out, right? Like, he was speaking for free, like hustling, speaking for free at any chance he could get, seeking out opportunities, constantly getting out of his comfort zone. And but on his website he put he put that he charges $80K, right? $80,000 to come do to come give a keynote or to come do a workshop or whatever. So what did that mean is that when when people landed on his Facebook page and they're like, wow, you know, Eric Ho, international speaker, and who is this guy? And then there'd be a link to his website, and they'd go check out his website, and they're like, holy shit, he charges $80K to come give a speech, right? So, and this is nobody knows that he is hustling for free. He is hustling for free speaking opportunities. And you know, this is just thank you for your comment, by the way, Darren, around, you know, fake it till you make it, because that's what it really is. Because it's like, he was talking about, you know, everyone says this, right? Fake it till you make it. But it's like, what it really is people's perception of you. And it's also your perception of yourself. And what happens is your perception becomes your reality, basically. So it's not, you know, it's not really a matter of faking it. It's just a matter of, you know, you got to hustle, and you got to start to see yourself as whatever it is you want to be. So in his case, you know, as an international speaker, as the successful speaker, as a speaker who's who's charging fucking $80,000 for a keynote, right? Or for a weekend workshop. So yeah, that's a super, hey Kimmy, that's a really key point. And that's something I found super valuable, because I think for people who are starting out, it's like, yes, we want to be, and we are being genuine, we're being authentic, but we've also got to start to perceive ourselves as the person that we want to become, you know, whether it's whatever that means to us, whether it means international, successful, kick-ass entrepreneur, author, or speaker. It's, yeah, so thank you for that. That's really cool. So anyway, guys, type through any questions if you have any. Hey, beautiful. Ooh, Facebook just alerted me that I have 10 people have reacted to this video so far. Super cool. Thank you for that, Facebook. Anna, I have just learned, step into the identity before you even get there. Absolutely, 100%. How, that's the thing, like, how do you expect to become this, let's, for example, a successful kick-ass entrepreneur, if you don't start becoming that person right now? How do you expect to attract that reality into your life if you don't start becoming that person right now? It's just not going to happen. So anyway, guys, yeah, type through any more questions you have. I'm absolutely loving the interaction here, by the way. Visualization, awesome. So I thought it would be super cool. You know, there are so many things that I've done to really like excel my mindset, and to how to really go like tap into my unconscious and tap into that deeper part of myself to be able to start achieving all of my goals. And you know, there's been some times this year, I remember I had on my vision board, you know, I think it was like by the 1st of August, I think it was back with my network marketing company when I was just starting out. It was like, I want to achieve, have $1,000 in my bank account on the 1st of August or whatever it was. And I remember it was like the day before or something, I think I earned, you know, I got this notification on my phone from the company. It was like, you have earned it was like $1,369 or something, like $1,003.69 or something. And I was like, are you serious right now? Like, this shit works. So I actually surpassed my goals by $3. Boom, there you go. When is your book out, Anna? It is literally it's just being converted, Anna, to PDF format and Kindle format. So it's within the next like 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours for sure. But have you seen, I've already put out the link for you guys to pre-register. So you can go and register, which means that you're gonna get a thank you email, and then as soon as the book is officially released, the link, the copy, will be in your inbox. So go check that out now. Alright guys, so I thought it'd be so super cool. You know, I really want to add value, and I really want to start seeing all you superstars like actually achieving your goals, because I know how amazing it is and how good you feel about yourself when you actually, you have the courage and you have that fire within you to say, look, these are the new standards I'm setting for myself. This is what I truly want in my life, and I am committed to getting there, right? And you know, for those kind of people who are resonating with that, this is this is for you, okay? And I thought the best way to do this is like, okay, successful people, we're not waiting until the 1st of January to start locking in our goals 2017, to start putting in an action plan. Like, we start laying the foundations for this shit right now, okay, in the last few days of December, in the last few days of 2016. So what I'm going to do is I'm wanting to run a 2-hour workshop. If we can keep it to 2 hours, it may go a little bit longer than that because there's so much fucking awesome content I want to share with you guys. But this is going to be all around advanced goal setting, right? So we're going to be covering off things like how to really go deep, like go deep into your unconscious and lock that shit in. So once we've actually set a goal, it's not just like a little bit here in your unconscious mind where you write some to-do lists. Like, it is done. It is locked into your unconscious mind, and it is there, so that it's just a matter of time and space catching up, right? So we're going to be looking at things like that. We're going to be looking at how to actually get super clear on what we truly want in our lives this year, what we truly want to achieve for 2017, right? Not what anyone, not what we should do, not what anyone else is doing, what we truly want, what our soul truly wants for 2017, right? Raising our standards. And then we're going to look at things like, okay, well, how do we actually get into alignment with that, right? How do we get into alignment with that? So how do we start getting rid of those blocks and limits, okay? How do we start shifting your beliefs to be in alignment with those goals? How to start shifting your beliefs to be in alignment with what your soul truly wants. We're going to be looking at like individual goal setting, okay? So in actual strategies to go through, take each individual goal and go through an actual step-by-step process of how we can make sure we get that goal done and even beyond done. And also in a way that's really, you know, I like to say hustle with flow, in a way that it doesn't feel like you're swimming upstream. You know what I mean? In a way where it feels like everything is flowing, everything is falling into place. It's like, yeah, we got to do the work, we got to be committed, but things can happen with flow, with ease, with grace, right? So how to do that, how to overcome the self-sabotage, right? So it's like, this is where we are now, this is where we want to be, and all of a sudden all this shit starts to show up, right? It's like, for example, we say we want to fucking hot bod. We're like, yeah, I'm gonna rock the beach this summer, and then next thing we know, we're reaching for the chocolate. In my case, Toblerone and chocolate around Christmas time. Oh my god. Right? But we're like, oh, I'm not gonna go to the gym today, or oh, you know, I might not go to my training today, just for today, and then it's tomorrow, and then it's the next day, right? So these self-sabotaging behaviors, they come from things like fear, okay, things or beliefs, or as I touched on before, kind of that belief around feeling undeserving or unworthy of that goal, okay? we're gonna smash the self-sabotage, all right? Now, this is another thing I'm gonna go deep on, is money goals, all right? Money mindset. So to really start, because this is something huge for so many people, right? Everyone wants to increase their income. How much easier would your life be if you even had, you know, whether it's just an extra $100 a week, or whether you're wanting to be a fucking millionaire, or like anywhere in between, like whatever. We need to change our mindsets, right? So I'm going to do a special focus on like money goals and how to start shifting our mindset so we can actually start attracting more income for 2017, right? I have some pretty huge income goals for 2017. And they're done. Like, they're done. They're happening. Alright, and then how to actually, last thing, things like how to actually stay motivated, right? So, as I said, or not how to stay motivated, because I don't even like that. It's like how to get shit done regardless of how you're feeling, regardless of what's going on, regardless of how tired you're feeling, regardless of how angry, pissed off, shit, whatever shit, you're bawling your eyes out, like whatever, right? I'm a very emotional person, FYI. Whatever is coming up, how to just keep moving forward and taking those little consistent daily actionable steps that are going to get us to those goals, right? So, and this is just, that's just a snapshot, guys, but that's going to be like the chunk of it. There's going to be so much amazing content, and I'm going to attempt to fit it all into a 2-hour workshop. And you know, this is stuff that I've learned from top coaches and mentors this year. You know, I've spent so much time with some truly incredible people this year, and you know, I have invested easily over 20k this year in my own personal development and my business development, and so I was originally like, this would easily be worth $97 for, you know, you don't have to be on the training live, by the way, you can totally have the recording for live. But you know, it's Christmas time, and I really want as many people to receive this as possible, because I want everyone to have a fucking awesome 2017, right? We all deserve it. So I'm actually going to be running this for only $27, right? So I'm aware that right now it's Christmas, it's New Year's, everyone's celebrating. For us entrepreneurs, it's it's really just another day. You know, I work every day. I love what I do. But $27, and look, you don't have to be on the recording live. You know, it's awesome if you can be, because we're going to be doing some exercises live on the line. But the idea is that you're going to have this as a recording to stick in your tool belt. And you don't this is not just about 2017. This is something in your tool belt that you can go back and use over and over and over and over again, for any goals that you want to achieve, for any outcomes that you want to achieve throughout your life, right? Because, as I said, everyone deserves this. So comment I'm in, or comment bring on 2017 if this sounds like this is for you, and I will send you the details to lock in your spot. There will be a limited amount of spots available, seeing as there's only a limited amount of people that can come on this training. But yeah, just send me a write an I'm in, write a hell yeah 2017, bring it, and I'll send you out the details. And I'm so excited to share this with you guys. It's gonna be fucking awesome, just saying. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being on, everyone who's on here, and this is gonna be awesome, and I'm just so excited to, you know, link arms with you guys, and we're gonna run in 2017. I have such a strong feeling that this year it's gonna be a really powerful year. And I mean, ultimately we get to decide what's gonna happen this year, right? You know, we're as I always say, like, my core message for you all is you are the master of your reality. Mwah! So much love to you guys, and I'll see you soon.